Rise and shine, Randa.
Good morning. You're watching Rise and Shine Rwanda with me, Ivan Magwene.
And me, Pistorius. Coming up on Rise and Shine.
We take you to NYAMIRAMBO, the city that never sleeps.
We also take a look into one of the leading wedding clothing stores in boutique.
And we catch up with one-of-a-kind magazine fantasy. Well, all that and more still to come, but first we get to meet the rest of the team. Good morning, Stephen.
Good morning, Ivan.
It's the second of the week. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm great.
All right. The lady with the money. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's business doing?
Business is good.
Okay.
You know, when people say business is good,
yeah,
you know what's going on.
Of course, and I hope you're doing so fine today, Peace.
Definitely.
All right, all that and more still to come, but first we take a look at the latest headlines and stories making headlines here in Rwanda and across the world. And of course, first we're going to start off with a trial that took the world by storm. Now, a sentencing hearing for South African athlete Oscar Pistorius, who murdered his girlfriend, Reva Steenkamp, is due to start in Pretoria. He faces a jail term at least 15 years, but his sentence can be reduced to time already spent in prison and mitigating factors. Well, this is, of course, a trial, like I said, that took the world by storm. And who is Oscar Pistorius? Maybe you could give a little bit of the people who don't follow the sports world of what we're talking about and what kind of person we're talking about.
Well, he was a champion runner with the profited leg.
Yeah.
I mean
with the Paralympics.
Yeah, with the Paralympics. He was really a champion.
Yes.
But well, he happened to shoot his girlfriend when he was at the peak of his prime, and ever since then it's been coming down, and well, this is where the case has reached.
Well, for some people, they think, I mean, you've been following this trial. Yeah. So for some people think that not enough has been done to bring this man to at least a bigger sentence, because they say there could be things involved. He says he shot the girlfriend by mistake because he thought it was a thief who had broken into the house. Most of the people say he's used his reputation, his money, to make sure that he pays off and he's been able to get a smaller sentence. What is your own view on that same trial?
Well, it brings up the question of how much the court sessions can a person take, because when you looking at how he's doing now, he has paranoia, he has depression, he has anxiety, he has insomnia. I mean, it's like, much as he's not yet gone to jail, he's really paid for these incidents because he's been vilified, I mean, made to look like an enemy. And there's pressure coming from social media. Then his sister left South Africa, his family. And, well, he's really taking on a lot of punishment even before he goes to court. So I think he's really paying, and, well, the death of the shooting of his girlfriend can't be gotten over that easily, but he's really paid. Okay,
we'll be bringing you, of course, all the latest updates on what is happening on this same trial. Peace.
All right, so now we're just coming back to Rwanda, where President Paul Kagame said that the World Economic Forum was successful, but some hotels did not provide sufficient catering services in terms of quality and quantity of meals. I found this speech very, very interesting. Of course, he said this in Rusoro, where he was launching the constructed, SP Limited, the gas factory especially. But let's take this back to his speech, right? What does this mean for the hospitality industries, like hotels? Let's take it on to the business woman.
Well, as we've been talking, actually been talking about WAVE and the hospitality industry a lot on the show. So it's good that he also noticed something. I don't expect him to notice a lot of things because he was very busy anyway. So it's always good to give credit where it's due and to also trash some things that were not good. And his speech was hilarious. He complained about how the food is little and everything. So I think hotels in this case are going to do something, especially that we have the African Union Summit coming up. Yeah,
and of course, Ivan, he raised a point where most food that is used in different hotels, especially the 5 stars and 4 stars around, is imported from different countries. And yet we have, very good fresh food in Rwanda. And, he raised that point initially to to encourage people to actually, you know, create sustainable market for their goods. What does this mean, you know, when you hear something like this?
Well, one thing I have to say is that the local hotels here need to also start embracing the local market, especially the food, because the only way you're going to be able to create impact as a hotel or the only way you're going to help the farmer is by buying his food. And for some reason here, hotels, like all these bigger hotels, don't actually do that. So for me, I think there needs to be more, at least more of that. These hotels need also to flock the local market, make sure they also get to engage with the local farmer. And these cooperatives that we have in different up-country, they can supply at even a higher rate. So I think for that reason, this hotel, even through this speech, there was a point to make. You need to embrace the local market, take advantage of the food. And you know,
do not give out food sparingly the next time. You have to be generous, especially if you're giving out food to our different visitors and even the people who live in this country.
Yes. Now, moving on to the other story. Now, the French government has urged cities hosting Euro 2016 matches to ban alcohol near venues and fan zones. It followed 3 days of clashes between fans and police in Marseille. UEFA is investigating after Russia supporters appeared to rush at England fans in the stadium after their draw on Saturday. Now, well, okay, I wouldn't say this is going to be a boy talk, but even the ladies know this at least. Because it comes with ambience. It comes with ambience. In every place where people you know, have gone out to support, there's always the alcohol to, you know, to make sure that the day is always bright.
Well, at least I saw that with Congo and Randa.
Yes, and now, of course, we know, I think if you look at the statistics, Europe gets to consume a lot of beer. And now, especially tournaments like this one, people are so jubilant because of their teams, so they get to drink. Here is what UEFA is, the French government is saying, no more alcohol, we're banning alcohol in around fan zones. And of course, fun areas, and there's no alcohol for the fans. So what does that mean for people trying to have fun? Are we losing the package, Stephen?
Not really. It's well, the English fans, they were accused of going there for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They weren't focused on the football, but they just went to soak up the atmosphere, and then because they caused trouble, they fought with the Russian fans outside of the game.
Yeah.
And then, like I said previously, they've been accused of hooliganism, and it's coming up now. But then we have the French Interior Minister was complaining that they're really burdening the French police because we have this surge of terrorism in Europe, and the police are supposed to be looking out for terrorism threats, but now they have to handle these people who are fighting because they're soccer fans, and it's really a burden. So they threatened to ban these two countries. And next,
would you say that actually this year's Euro wouldn't be like one of the best Euros we've had, because it's already it's in its early stages and we're having cases like this? I mean, what makes the football game more fun is the fact that people are able to also express their happiness even off the ground and get to enjoy this.
But please be specific. This is people getting drunk and fighting. So how is that expressing happiness?
The thing is, of course, you're also killing business for these people who are in the beer industry, right? Am I lying? Because people are supposed to take advantage of that fun mood. And for me, that is when people do actually make sales. If Bread Wow was there during the chant, they did make a lot of money. We know that those bars close to Stad did make a lot of money. So at the end of the day, we expect this decision to be looked into, and we hope people will just enjoy the game and make sure they don't fight. Now, peace.
All right, so now we'll be moving on to the entertainment industry in Rwanda. Now, for those who turned up for the Kigali Serena Hotel, to Kigali Serena Hotel for the jazz and blues evening, it was an unforgettable experience with one of the newest bands in the country. It's an all-girl band that is comprised of 4 girls, and they are amazing. I have seen them trend for over 2 to 3 months now, and they're quite talented. Now, what does this mean? I mean, Stephen, as much as you're the sportsman, I believe you have that experience of entertainment. What does this mean? Now, we haven't seen too many girl bands around coming up in Rwanda. We've seen so many boy bands, so many boy groups. But what does this mean for Rwanda at a time like this?
Well, from what I've seen, when girls sit down and compose something, well, they make some good music. You've seen Charlie and Nina. And maybe the other prominent groups are in the gospel music industry, the Sisters, the Blessings. And seeing these girls come up and also entertain, well, they have, how much competition do they have? Maybe they have Charlie and Nina to deal with, and, well, they can supplement on that, and they don't really have too much competition going on. And yeah, I believe, well, the scene is theirs. The sky is the limit for them.
Yes. Now, of course, bringing it onto you, Ivan, we haven't seen vocals being the main thing in Rwanda. You know, it's just music, and we haven't seen people embrace their normal voices, and it's just the music and the beat. And I feel like if we brought our tradition and mixed it up, but of course taking it on back to vocals. What would you say? Because I've definitely seen these girls sing, and anyway, I'll just let you watch for yourselves. Yes. But what, of course, does this mean for the competition in the music industry for Rwanda? These girls are amazing. I'm not saying other people don't, but they're quite one of a kind, one of a kind group. What would you say?
One thing I've come to discover is that actually, if you look at things these days, people that are doing really nice vocal music are really making a lot of money and performing in very good places than people who actually like do back music. Backup. No, it's not backup.
Studio.
Yeah.
Production.
Yes. And they're doing a little bit better because they even get to perform in very good places where there's a lot of people, and they do actually make good money. One thing I have to say about the girls is that, of course, there is still space for the ladies to grow in the music industry here in Rwanda. We still have a few, and the recent ones, at least, you always know who are the ladies hitting. Now it has been the competition. I think is between Knowles, Shelly, and Nina, right?
Of course.
That is the girl group. The girl group now going against Knowles, but all I have to say is that vocal music is very important, especially that's when people are able to understand fine music and kind of some bad music, I would say.
Yes.
But for one thing is for sure, vocal music, and especially the very, a good sound, and plus the live performance is what people always want to see when they go out to watch music, not the playback and everything like that.
Yeah, of course, and they do different covers of songs, which makes them really different from the rest. I hope they do sing their own stuff in the future.
And plus jazz, of course.
And it's jazz, and they're amazing voices.
So it's actually much needed in Rwanda. We haven't had that
we haven't had people do so different covers, and they're actually amazing. If the vocals are
on point, then the originality is there.
So. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Of course, we'll keep you updated, and we hope to have them in studio here, Rise and Shine, and we'll keep you posted on how many shows and how many concerts they have coming up.
Yes. Now moving on to the international story. The ex-wife of a gunman who killed 50 people in an attack on an Orlando gay nightclub says he was mentally unstable and abused her physically during their short-lived relationship. I mean, you've been following the latest developments in this story. This is quite a tragedy, especially for the U.S. state of Florida. Now, here comes ISIS proclaims we are the prime the prime cause of this terrorist attack. So it has been, of course, mentioned. But here's a person who says the ex-girlfriend says this man was mentally ill, and of course he had the power to possess a gun. What does this mean for the gun law in America?
Then I don't think the guy was, well, that's what I think. I don't think he was mentally disturbed. If at all, maybe he was just violent. Anyone can be violent against the ex or any other partner. And the gun law in America should be really tightened because this is getting out of hand. Even after the Boston Marathon bombing, remember? And this is a massive shooting following the 9/11 shooting. All this is being claimed on the side.
This actually has been classified as the worst massive shooting that has ever happened.
You can imagine.
Yes.
So with all that America is going through, they do not need these attacks anymore. It's getting out of hand. The gun laws and the terrorists, can't they control the terrorists? The world's strongest country. So it's
well, it's of course terrorism. You never know. You never know what is happening, of course. But there you had it, the stories, and we hope that you enjoyed all the stories and some of them. Keep updated up with Rise and Shine as we bring you all the latest. Up next, we'll be coming shortly with the story of the day. Welcome back to Rise and Shine, Wonder Story of the Day with me, Ivan Magwene. Now, some of you call it the capital city of Kigali, the Las Vegas of Rwanda. But one thing is for sure, NYAMIRAMBO is the city that never sleeps. Now, with that said, I took out my time and visited this neighborhood, and here is what I discovered. Take a look.
Alright, of course, today now we decided, of course, to take you for more city adventures. We are in the city that never sleeps. This is NYAMIRAMBO. And of course, as many people have grown up here told us, this is a city that you always get to see busy at night. We are precisely at Mirongine, and business seems to be actually starting. It's almost 8 p.m. and people are just coming out to enjoy the nightlife. And we'll be bringing you some of the highlights of what takes place during night here in NYAMIRAMBO. Come and join us as we explore the city that never sleeps.
It's the evening rush hour. Motorcyclists are busy looking for customers. Restaurants and bars warm up for a long night as some people arrive to start the evening with some cold beers. NYAMIRAMBO is known for a vibrant nightlife, business that works 24/7, music houses, and a big Muslim community, among others. Since the 90s, NYAMIRAMBO has grown into a business hub, and it is referred to as the town that never sleeps. Something very interesting in NYAMIRAMBO is that a meal could go for as low as 500 francs.
nkuko mubibona aho musanze nkorera nkora capati nkaba nkorera boss wanjye akare gatunguru tukadukora hano kuri 40. Okay, mu bijyanye n'imicururize muri no minsi amafaranga urana ko ni makeya no kugerageza by'iki gihe nyine nk'ibisanzwe.
If you're thinking of partying all night, NYAMIRAMBO is the life of Kigali.
Steven, I think you've been to NYAMIRAMBO very many times.
Most definitely.
What is your experience like when you're in NYAMIRAMBO, especially different from any other place in Kigali?
Well, compared to the other suburbs, when you go to NYAMIRAMBO, there is this open atmosphere. I mean, the prices are low for commodities, and people seem to have, that hustle, that play. It's a suburb where there's a lot of economic activity. People seem to be really like street smart. And,
What is some of the things that you normally think are so like unique in NYAMIRAMBO? What do you think are those, especially in terms of activities? If you have been able to do some of the activities in NYAMIRAMBO, for me, I was able to. Of course, I did get to eat the food and also get to meet some of the people on the streets. But there's some of those unique things, especially with fashion. I don't know. What is it?
It's when you get there, there's this feeling that the services are closer to you, because you go to the main street. You have shops of clothes, shops of restaurants, everything. So you just walk in and you get something you want. Yeah, maybe an interesting question. Yeah. Well, if you were to rent somewhere in Kigali, would you consider going to NYAMIRAMBO?
Well, here are two people. If I'm a person who wants, of course, to live in a low-cost house, I'll go to NYAMIRAMBO. I want to save up my money. Number two, if I want to, of course, look at the living standards in terms of food and the basic needs, and I want to also reduce my budget, so I'd go to NYAMIRAMBO. Most people would choose NYAMIRAMBO. I've seen actually a lot of tourists, or I would say people that come here to stay for like work purposes, and the internationals, they do stay in NYAMIRAMBO because that's where you're able to save up your money. And it's quite amazing. If you move around NYAMIRAMBO, you will see a lot of people like from Senegal, from USA, from Canada. So NYAMIRAMBO is just a town of all different kinds of people, different cultures. Something also unique that I realized, that there are different cultures, and it's almost everyone looks at it, and everything is normal. And plus the crazy lifestyle in terms of dressing.
I just noticed some people who've been there, they find it hard. If they are to shift residences, they always go back to NYAMIRAMBO.
Yeah.
To any other part. I mean, it's quite interesting.
Yeah, and the other stereotypes. I remember when I was young, my mother used to say, "You kids can't grow here in NYAMIRAMBO." I'm like, why? Because there's this stereotype that every kid that has grown in NYAMIRAMBO, one or the other, they're not going to be good kids. I don't know. Is that your same idea behind
well,
that?
I happened to stay in NYAMIRAMBO in the early 2000s. Well, it's quite interesting. Okay, I got heartbroken. There's a house we used to stay in, and near Green Corner, you know where
Green Corner. Yeah.
So I went back like 7 years later when I was older, but I found, the development in Kigali, it's very fast. I found there was a sewage plant where the house used to be. It broke my heart because I had some memories from that place. But, this is Kigali, it evolves. And I understand Kigali, NYAMIRAMBO must be also evolving.
Yeah, so with that, we should make a conclusion that NYAMIRAMBO is the city of Kigali.
Yeah, it is.
All right, now, of course, let us know if you actually think NYAMIRAMBO is a city and what makes NYAMIRAMBO indeed unique in your own way. There you heard it. My name is Ivan Magwene. Chantal Uwera will be up next with business.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Randa and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back. Business Stories making headlines today with me, Chantal Uwera. Two Rwandan entrepreneurs scooped awards and a total of 4 million Rwandan francs in seed capital at the Young Innovators Agribusiness 2016 competition in Nairobi last week. The two Rwandans who scooped awards were Edmond Murindahabi and Uwintwari Lilian, who was the first runner-up. Kenya remains at the top of the region with its budgetary allocation for security in the face of Al-Shabaab threat and local increasingly sophisticated criminals. $2.64 billion were allocated to the Kenyan security agencies. This was marked by an increase from the total allocation of $2.2 billion provided in 2015-2016 financial year. Retailer Walmart in Canada will no longer accept Visa cards after it failed to make a deal with the credit card firm. The famous supermarket chain customers will no longer be able to use the card in its Thunder Bay store from 18th July, and the move will be phased in across the country. From June to December, we noticed a lot of wedding ceremonies as opposed to the other half of the year. Bridal shops get too busy due to the increased demand of bridal clothes for the respective occasions. Ian Boutique has come as a solution to many Rwandans, as it is the leading store in Kigali. Please check it out. Hi and welcome to Ian Boutique. As you all know or may have heard, Ian Boutique is the best and leading wedding clothing shop in town. They are situated at Kigali City Market. Let's take a look around and see what they have.
Tubwira uko mwitwa. Uraho neza. Nitwa Onete, nkorera muri Ian Boutique.
Okay, urakoze cyane. None se hano muri Ian Boutique
muragurisha murakodesha ni iby'abageni gusa cyangwa n'abantu basanzwe baza gushopingamo?
Ni abageni mungiye mu birori runaka, abamarene n'abafidoneri.
Muragurisha cyangwa murakodesha?
Turakodesha
gusa.
Yego.
Noneho ndashaka umbwire hano mufite ubuhe mwihariko utuma Ian Boutique itandukana n'andi mabotiki yose akodesha ibintu by'abageni tuzi?
Umwihariko ni munini kuko abenshi barangura mu Bushinwa imyenda igiye isa, nimba mugenzi wawe abonye bisa ari ryiza akagenda agakoresha nawe risa nkaryo, ariko twebwe turangurira muri Turki amakote n'amakanzu y'abafidoneri. N'amakanzu umwihariko wacu ni uko aya makanzu ya mariage, iyo ufite ifoto yawe cyangwa abakobwa benshi b'abageni bafite amafoto y'amakanzu, barazana tukabakorera komande, tukabafata ibipimo hanyuma tukabohereza bakabakorera komande, akambara inshyashya bwa mbere. Niko karusho dufite turusha abandi, kuko abandi ho uragenda ukareba isanzwe, iyo bamanitse nyine akaba ariyo wambara, ariko ushobora kuza wowe ukampa ifoto nkagukoreshereza komande ukazambara ikanzu wifuza.
Urakoze cyane. None se ni ryari muba mufite abakiriya benshi, ni ryari muba mufite bake? Kuko turabizi ko amakwe ajya agira igihe akaba menshi ubundi akaba make. Munabijera gute yari benshi? Wenda iyi myambaro mwayitanze undi muntu akaza ayishaka, bigenda bite?
Twebwe mu kwezi, guhera mu kwezi kwa gatandatu, wenda mu kwa gatanu ugitangira, ariko mu kwa gatandatu haba hatangiye kuza abantu benshi, noneho bakoresha amakomande kugira azaze mbere y'igihe nyine. Ntabwo ari njye jyenyine ukora hano, haba hari n'abandi bagenzi banjye bamfasha. Tuba dufite amajenda twandikamo nyine kugira dutandukanye imyenda abayifata, abayifata mu kwezi gutaha, abazakoresha komande. Tuba dufite udutabo tugiye dutandukanye. Dufite amakote, iyo ufashe ikote tuguhana n'ishati, amakanzu tuguhana n'isakame, iya mariage tuguha accessoire nk'amabiju, amaherena, amakorone.
Urakoze cyane. And for the ladies out there, as you've seen, this looks fabulous, so don't miss out. If you want your wedding to be beautiful and colorful, please visit Ian Boutique. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Uwera Chantal, Rise and Shine Randa.
And joining me in studio today is the owner of Ian Boutique, Mr. Eric Birasa. Muraho neza, mwaramutse.
Mwaramutse.
Amakuru.
Meza.
Urakoze cyane kwitabira ubutumire bwacu. Nagira ngo tubwire, ese Ian Boutique kubera iki yitwa Ian Boutique, nyirayo yitwa Eric Birasa? Abantu benshi bazi ko witwa Ian.
Yitwa Ian Boutique kubera icyo bisobanura Ian. Ian bisobanura ndajya mu kwizera, bisobanura grace of God.
Okay.
So niyo mpamvu yitwa Ian Boutique, ubwo kuko nibyo nizera ko kuba ubuntu bw'Imana aho tugeze. Ubwo abantu bose bararinyise, nanjye ndagishimira ko ndi intunzi Ian.
Okay. Ni byiza cyane. None se kuki wahisemo gucuruza imyenda y'abageni cyangwa se no kuyikodesha? Kuki ibitabaye indi myenda cyangwa n'ikindi gitekerezo?
Najya mu makwe, nkunda umuntu yambaye neza, nkabona amakwe ukuntu bambaye, nkifuza ko uko nifuza ko bambara ngeza kubikora hoya ngo ubukwe buse neza. Ko nicyo kintu mu buzima ugira souvenir y'ukuntu ubukwe bwawe wambaye neza, kiri mu bintu bigira ubukwe bwiza, kwambara neza. Kuba amafoto umuyareba, ibyabaye muri reception birahita, wenda ariko imyambaro iguma mu muntu, muri memory y'umuntu. Impamvu nabikoze kandi kunzi ko abanyarwanda kuri ubukwe cyane, umva ko nshobora kubonamo akantu.
Ihumura ni vuba hatuzaza. Okay, noneho se ndashaka utubwire imyenda yawe ko abantu bayikunda cyane, iravugwa ahantu hose, mwaba muyikura hehe?
Imyenda yacu iva Turkey, hari iva China cyane, gowns iva China, ariko indi iva Turkey. Kandi ubwo nuko nyine kuba mbikora nyine ndanabikunda, bigasaba gushakisha. Nagira Imana nkabona nabo barabikuze, bivuga ko ushaka ufitemo ako kantu ko guhitamo neza. iyo mbigije ku isoko bakabikunda bakaguma bagaruka binyeka ko wenda niyo gift ngifite yo kubona ahita mu myenda myiza
yo kugira gunziza. Okay, urakoze cyane. None ndagira ngo tubwire hari plans mwamufite zo kuba muzaguka Ian Boutique imaze igihe mu Rwanda. Ese urateganya kwaguka ukava no mu Rwanda cyangwa no kukwira mu Rwanda hose?
Icyo nteganya gukora ahubwo hari ikintu navuze cyo kuba abantu benshi client benshi baransaba none yo kugura. Ndashaka ko ari shop yo kugurisha.
Okay, kuko no gukodesha gusa. Okay.
Ibabona ibintu byiza akifuza kubitwara kandi bitari bushoboke. Ndashaka kubakora icyo kintu cyo kubakorera shop yo kugurisha.
Igurisha noneho bakabyijyanira. Okay, ndagira ngo tubwire zimwe mu mbogamizi wahuye nazo uzamukana iyi boutique.
Imbogamizi ni rusange muri business mu Rwanda dufite isoko rito.
Okay.
Isoko rito ntabwo business igenda cyane kubera abaturage ari bake. Ngira ngo yani boutique iza kwa mu kindi gihugu gifite abaturage benshi. Andi mu bandi bantu bameze neza muri iki gihugu.
Okay. Bizaza ariko u Rwanda niho rugana.
Niho rugana. Ibyo byo kwagura ari benshi abantu benshi twabika bo hanze i Burundi ni Bugande.
Okay.
Iyo ataza kubibaza i Burundi nenda gushiraho branch i Burundi. Kuko abakiriya benshi dufite Bujumbura ni benshi.
Okay.
Niho natekereza ko nashira branch i Burundi.
Okay. Tukwifurije amahirwe masa rero muri iyi business. Kandi wakoze kwitabira utumire.
Nawe mwakoze kuba mwanyibutse mukantumira.
Okay. And thank you, and that's all we had for you in business today. Kalimba Steven will be up next with sports.
Welcome back. Time now for your sports news with me, Steven Kalimba. In local soccer, FERAFA to receive new communication devices for referees. The Confederation of African Football will present 2 sets of wireless audio communication system for referees to each of the 54 member associations affiliated to it. Ferafa said the donation of the devices is in line with the CAF Referees Committee strategy to improve referees' performance, coupled with introducing the latest technology to its competitions. So far, deliveries have been made to 34 member associations. 20 other member associations are expected to get their devices in the ensuing weeks. And in archery, New Vision Tech Archery Memorial Tournament Trophy. New Vision Point Archery Club were crowned champions for the first time on Saturday at Utexura grounds in Gachoriro. The New Vision won by 146 points after defeating last year's champions, Social Wealth Alliance Association, in the final. Both sides leveled on points in the team classification, forcing 3 archers from each side to be selected and offered 3 string balls for a knockout phase. And the New Vision Archers proved the better team. Thousand Hills United Archery Club finished third with 127 points. And in Copa America, Brazil knocked out of the cup by Peru. Raul Ruidiaz scored a controversial goal to eliminate Brazil from the cup. The Peruvian striker punched the ball into the back of the net to seal a humiliating elimination for the Samba boys. Brazil's players protested with the Uruguayan referee, but after he consulted with the 4th official, he decided to stand by his decision to award the goal. The victory means Peru will play Colombia in the quarters, while Ecuador, who are in the same group, will face hosts the USA. Well, that's all we had in sports news. Peace Quizera is up next with lifestyle.
Here is to traveling and saving. Starting 1st of April to the 1st of June, travel with Randa and take advantage of our reduced fares and enjoy our world-class services in great comfort and safety.
Fly our dream to the heart of Africa.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine. It's time for Lifestyle with me, Peace Quizera. Today in Lifestyle, we catch up with a lady who is passionate about ICT and everything that it stands for. She is Rwanda's supermodel, and she is also currently the 2nd runner-up, Miss Rwanda 2016. Today she is joining us in studio to talk about what she's been up to since the crowning. Vanessa, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, so just basically you're going to be telling us about what you have been up to since, from the crowning. Let's take it all the way from the crowning. What was that moment like for you? Were you either happy with what you got, or were you expecting for more, or, you know, what was your whole experience with Miss Rwanda 2016?
It was a nice moment for me since I had contested for so many times, and I wanted to be that person that is going to be an influence in the society, and I believe that being the 2nd runner-up has made me that person.
Yes.
And since then, I've been doing what I'm passionate about, which is ICT in education, as you mentioned, and I believe that Miss Rwanda was the best platform for me to run this.
All right, so you went looking for the platform, you got the platform just like the rest of us, and you are using it. What have you been using it for? We need to know maybe the activities from the beginning, basically. Have you been doing anything? Like right now, I'm a TV presenter, clearly, since the crowning, but just basically tell us what after the crowning, what has been happening since then?
Yeah, a lot has been happening. First of all, I wanted to introduce this ICT concept in education, and luckily I found that the government is already wanting that in the education as well. So I am working with the Ministry of ICT and Youth and a company named Africa Smart Investments Distribution to make sure that devices such as laptops, internet are being penetrated in the education. And since the crowning, actually the very day after the crowning, I started doing that. So it's been like 3 months now.
Yes.
And I am very happy about that.
Isn't it so interesting how just immediately after the crowning,
Yeah.
you just go ahead and get into, the business. Some of us took a few, weeks and the time to sit down and just think about how to, tackle the different issues. But before we go any further, let's just wrap up and just tell us what your advice is to the youth in relation to your project and what maybe you intend to do in the remaining term.
Yeah, my advice would be if you want something, really, you have to go for it. No matter how many obstacles you find on your way, you just have to go for it. And I know that ICT can be really helpful in the education as it has been helpful to so many students that I have visited so far. And I'm going to continue the activations. So far I've been in 4 universities and I'm intending to go for secondary schools and primary schools. So the project is going to go on for more than a year. It's going to continue for as long as I can be able to manage.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Vanessa.
Thank
and
you
of course, we hope to have you in studio again to just give us a wrap-up of more, if you've done more tours, if you've maybe done more. And of course, you're Rwanda's supermodel. So we, of course, need to see you in these upcoming events like Kigali Fashion Week and all these different various functions.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. That is all we had for Lifestyle today. We'll be right back after the break. All right, of course, that is all we had for you today for the show. But don't forget to love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what you're talking about here on Rise and Shine Randa. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on our Facebook page and do send us your ideas for the program. Check out our Rise and Shine YouTube page and please subscribe. That's so you can catch all the shows and the reports that we do. Find us on Instagram and remember, we love to see your pics.
Yes?
My tongue is batting here. This man.
Yes?
Lawrence, help
Lawrence,
us with the prompter.
No, just stand up. Your tray is still the same. No, the other way.
Headroom.
Thank you.
The
Right there.
hook.
Right there.
What?
Has she ever gripped? Has she
Bring
ever
your
gripped
hand.
you? Please.
Be happy. Let's go.
I knew it. I told you. Hello and bye.
Go.
Well, that is all we had for you for today's show. But don't forget, we love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on what you're talking about here on Rise and Shine Randa. Tweet us at Rise and Shine RW. Like us on our Facebook page and do send us your ideas for the program. Check out our Rise and Shine YouTube page and please subscribe. That's where you can catch all the reports and the shows that we do. Find us on Instagram and remember, we love to see your pics. And last but not least, check out our website where you can catch every single thing that we do, from our backstage to on stage, and every single thing that you need to know about the show. Of course, I am Peace Kizera.
And I am Ivan Magwene. We'll be at same time, same place tomorrow. Do join us then. But for now, from the rest of us, from the both of us and the rest of the Rise and Shine team, have a very good day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.